welcome to another outstanding episode of Real Estate Talk. My name is Aposa Victoria Muluda. In this program, ladies and gentlemen, we get to dive into various topics to do with real estate. Talk of buildings, talk of land, among others. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I will be having a dialogue with the director, of course, of Icon Properties. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, so to begin with, may you please just introduce yourselves to the public?
Thank you. My name is Eric Chapola. I'm the chairman of the board of Icon Properties Limited.
Interesting. So, in case of those who don't know what Icon Properties is, Icon Properties badai, right? Mungaruze ukuthi Icon Properties ndichani.
Icon Properties Plc is a property management and development company. So we build properties and we also manage properties for other people. Icon Properties Plc is managed by a company called Eris Properties Limited. Eris Properties Limited is a joint venture between Nico Holdings Limited and Eris Properties of South Africa.
Interesting. So as you can see, all these buildings out here are very beautiful, right? The Icon Properties, let's say an investor would like to invest in residential, commercial properties. What advice would you give them?
If there is a willing investor out there and they are thinking of developing a property, the best they can do now is to get in touch with Eris Properties Limited, share your idea with them. Eris Properties will be happy to look at the idea. They'll be happy to shape up the idea, give you more ideas around your idea, so that together you bring up an infrastructure that you make you, the willing investor, happy. So Eris Properties is the port of call that you must go to if you have got an idea to develop a building in Malawi.
So according to my research, Icon Properties was incorporated on the 4th of June 2018, right? And I came across a portfolio of all of your properties. Can you please tell us what the value of all the properties available on the portfolio are?
Yeah, we have several properties in Blantyre, in Lilongwe, in Mzuzu. I don't have the total value of these properties, but obviously the value is running in billions. In Blantyre, we have Chibisa House, for example, Michiru House, for example, the NBS House. All those are Icon Properties. We have the Jijiri Shopping Center in Blantyre, the Lilongwe Shopping Center in Lilongwe, and other buildings. All these put together are running in billions. So Icon is a company to reckon with.
Interesting. So we also hear that Icon Properties has a very big project in Lilongwe, which is a 4-star hotel, right? Could you please tell us what plans you have for this very big investment?
So the Lilongwe Hotel project it's a big project. It's being done by Icon Properties, yes, and other shareholders. It's a hotel project within the Lilongwe Golf Course. The fact that it's being built within a golf course is an attraction in itself. It's an international hotel. We are now going through the finishing phases of that project, and the estimation now is that by February 2026, that hotel should be complete. Icon Properties have a 20% shareholding in that project, and we are looking forward to increasing the value of Icon and also driving the growth of the Icon share price through that project.
Interesting. So you've said that it will be completed in 2026.
Yes.
So does Icon Properties have a specific time frame whereby whenever it would like to implement or it would like to build infrastructure in which they need to fulfill all that?
Depending on the type of projects that we intend to go into, we always have a time span by which that project must be completed. To give you an example, shortly we'll be doing a project in Lilongwe, the Lilongwe NICO headquarters project. The time span to start and finish that project is 3 years.
3 years.
So that's an indication, but it depends on the type of infrastructure that you want to put up.
Interesting. So I always believe that when an organization or an institution has a project to fulfill, there are challenges that they encounter, right? So I feel like when it comes to forex, this is the very much pressing issue in Malawi. So as an entity, Icon Properties, how do you overcome issues like forex whenever you'd like to implement a project?
Okay, forex for us is a major problem, just like any other Malawian now. What Icon has done recently now is to look at the Lilongwe Hotel project as a forex earner for us. Because I did say that it's an international hotel, so there will be international guests coming and paying in forex. So we'll have the opportunity to earn our own forex that should mitigate the forex shortages that we are facing as a property development organization.
Interesting. So I did come across a certain article that said that Icon Properties share price has remained stagnant from January to June 2025. Yeah. What could be the reason why the share price has remained stagnant?
Okay, firstly, I think viewers need to recognize that the stock market is a buyers and sellers market. The way buyers and sellers behave on that market influences the prices on that market. For Icon, our share price since listing on the Malawi Stock Exchange has moved by over 100% over the 7 years. We acknowledge it hasn't grown as much as growths on other counters, but I think shareholders need to realize that in the property development and management space, one needs patience. We don't start building a project today, finish it tomorrow so that it can impact their share price next week. It doesn't happen like that. They need patience, and what should have to give them confidence is that Icon Properties is into projects. When these projects, or most of them, come to maturity, they will obviously see a reaction on the stock market, and that reaction will be growth of our share price. That is sitting at about 17 kwacha 91 tambala now. Yeah.
So when we talk of patience, how many years are we talking about? Because patience might mean a year, 2 years, or 3 years.
Patience in as far as the stock market, that's me thinking, as far as the stock market is concerned, don't go there and invest, and then after a year you are selling. Wait, minimum 3 years.
3 years.
Minimum 3 years. Be there 3 years. But stay longer. Stock market investment is a long haul. You want to put money on the stock exchange, you want to earn more, you want to move that money and, for example, do projects, personal projects. So when you go on the stock market, you must have a reason. Don't just go there because people are going there. Why are you putting your money there? I'm putting my money here so that in 5 years' time, my investment will have more than tripled. I'll take that money and build a house, for example. So you must have a reason. Don't just be excited and put money where you have no reason for.
Interesting. So many youths these days are now willing to invest in stock exchange, right? So talking of a youth like me or other youths out there, what is the ideal investment when it comes to Icon Properties? Like, what advice would you give them?
So for the youth, it's an interesting matter for them. Obviously, they are starting. So firstly, for any youth, is the issue of having a saving discipline.
Discipline. Yeah.
How much money from your earnings are you willing to put aside, for example, on a monthly basis? That's the first discipline you must have. If you can't save, you can't invest. Or you might invest from current earnings, but current earnings are for daily consumption. So first have the discipline of saving, save long, don't save and go and disinvest 1-2 months later, save long, and then have diversity in your investments. If you have extra cash, put some as a cash investment, put some as a fixed deposit investment, buy shares if you can, put some money in treasury bills if you can, invest in a treasury note. If you have lots of money, you can instantly build a house. So you have diversified your investment so that if one of your investments makes a loss, the others hedge it. Overall, you should be multiplying, tripling your investments going forward.
Interesting. So various individuals do define corporate social responsibility differently. Some say it's actually doing goodwill to the community. And we see that in 2022, Icon Properties did some sort of corporate responsibility whereby it built school blocks from Miami Primary School, right? What should we expect in 2025? Are you going to do the same, or you are also going to do goodwill to other
corporate social responsibility is embedded in the strategy of Icon Properties Limited. And the idea is that we don't trade in a vacuum. We trade amongst Malawians. So as a corporate citizen, we need to make an impact in the society that we live in. So we went for education because education is vital for our country. Education develops a country. Education brings a learned society. So when we looked at Mbayani, very near where our head office is in Blantyre, we saw the need for a primary school. That's why we decided to go on this project. I think it's now housing over 2,000 pupils. I think the only primary school that is upstairs in Malawi. So we did well. But CSR, as it's called, will be done on an annual basis. We'll be looking at what we can do in the country, whether it's in the southern region, center or north, what can we do to impact the society that we live in. We've started with education. Next time around, we could look at another type of project, maybe a clinic, who knows. So it is an embedment in our strategy going forward.
So what do you look at? I'm trying to look at Mbayani, right? Mbayani Primary School. You went to Mbayani. So what if other people in locations like Chikwawa are willing to have a very beautiful school block? Would you go there, or you'd actually sit down as an entity, try to discuss further on whether you go fulfill this project or not?
No, we're welcome to look at any groupings that have a need that they think will impact their society. We will be happy to look at those needs. All I can say is we do budgets on an annual basis, so there is a figure that goes into what we will do in that year towards corporate social responsibility. And if that figure meets that need, we will surely go for it. And a need might compete with other needs. So make sure that we go for the need that is most needed.
So as Icon Properties now, when you're trying to invest, what is it that you look at as an entity?
So when we are thinking about investing, first we do a feasibility study. Because the idea is that when you build something, as you finish it, there must be a taker. We don't want to go into a project, you do it, and then you struggle to find people to rent it. So the feasibility study is very important. Once we do a feasibility study and it informs us about how soon that building will be taken for rent, then we go for the project. That way we can also look at the inflows of cash into the organization. So feasibility is very important. We must make sure that whatever we do, there is a taker. We should not go for projects out of excitement. Because if we do that, then you discover you have done a project, then it's a ghost. Nobody wants to go into the building, for example. So the feasibility study is important. Then we sit as a team at Icon. We look at the pros and cons. We look at the area where we want to put up the structure. Once we form up that, yes, this is a project we must go to, we look at our funds. Do we have funds for it? If we have funds, we go into it. If we have partial funds, then we look at other people that we can partner with so that the project doesn't fail. We can bring in other people and have shareholding and go for a project. So feasibility study, most important.
Right, so you can agree with me that Malawi received independence in 1964, right? And reaching 2025, looking at the Malawian housing, it's not impressive at all. We are lagging behind compared to other countries out there, like our neighboring countries, Zambia, Tanzania, among others. Where do you think we're failing as a country?
I think you need to look at first local investors. As Malawians ourselves, are we excited about building infrastructure? And what have we done as Malawians to develop ourselves buildings in our country? You'll see very little of that. Then there is the issue of foreign investors coming into Malawi. How do we handle them?
Yeah.
Are our processes conducive to people outside Malawi coming to do business here? Yeah? Are our laws conducive? Do our laws make it easier for people to come and invest in Malawi?
In Malawi, yeah.
We hear about of corruption. How is corruption impacting on these people that want to come from outside Malawi to do business here, to build buildings here? So we need to put all that in perspective and perhaps start to say, can we not do better? Can we not do better? And also do an assessment. Who has tried to come in Malawi in the past? Why did they not do their projects? I think if we do that analysis, we'll start to clean up our house, both in terms of local investors and also people that want to come from outside Malawi. There's lots we can do in this country.
All right, so since you've shared that Malawi is actually has a very big gap when it comes to housing, right? So since you're into an entity that is into buildings and infrastructure among others, malocations ngati ndirande, kuli malo okuti anthu amanena zoti ndikughetto, so kungakhale zima infrastructure zikulu. In your Icon Properties, are you willing to build my infrastructure akulu? Kapena oti kaya housing yawo honestly it has improved drastically?
Okay, Icon is already looking at investing in housing. That is already on the ladder. We are looking at investing in university hostels. That's being looked at. But as I said, feasibility is one of the things that we need to do. And also we need to look at availability of land where we'll put these houses. But private dwelling houses is an issue that is being discussed in Icon. You shouldn't be surprised if you see that maybe a year down the line you hear about a project that is being showcased by Icon. The issue is under discussion. And so too university hostels. We see lots of university students now living miserably in places that they shouldn't even be living in, not conducive for studying, sometimes no electricity. So we're also looking at university hostels as one avenue where we can put our money.
So do you have a location in mind currently where you would like to invest the hostel?
Not at the moment, but when we finish the assessment, part of the assessment will be looking at land, availability of land, where we can put these houses.
Since Icon Properties is into building infrastructure, among others, when it comes to affordability, is this a factor that is supposed to be looked into as an entity?
Yeah, so affordability, if you talk of commercial properties, when we're going into a project, we already estimate the rental income that we'll be getting from that commercial entity. So commercial properties, affordability is not a big issue. There are many takers there that we can look at. But if you move that to private dwelling houses bit, part of the assessment is looking at what type of structures you want to build for private citizens. Are they bed sitters? Are they one bedroom houses? Are they two? Are they three? So that will be part of the process of the assessment. I think thinking on top of my head, the idea will be to have a mix so that those that can go for bed sitters do so, that those that want one bedroom, two or three have also got a choice. But the overall idea is that once we put these infrastructures on the ground, there must be takers.
So tikayangana ma buildings ena ukuthi accidents can happen, right? Pamathope sazothi building yakamoto. Yes. Icon Properties, are you there to encourage these people ukuthi azikhalande insurance for the sake of incidents like those, or you just build them and then you go?
Okay, so Icon Properties, as part of its mandates, is to make sure that the buildings that they put up last long, last forever. So we make sure that we mitigate all the risks that can shorten the lifespan of these infrastructures. And one of the risk mitigating factors is insurance. So we make sure that all the properties that we own, all the properties that we manage are insured. Yeah? That's part and parcel of the service that we deliver. Insurance is paramount. In fact, with insurance, for any serious investor, you shouldn't be investing and not insuring your properties. You must insure them to make sure that if there's fire, if there's lightning, if there is malicious damage, the insurance company comes in and puts you back in the same financial position in that you were before the loss. Some property owners might not know. We are now in the election period, and this is a period when there could be violence, political violence. And the question I would like to pose to them is, are they covered against political violence? It is possible that sooner or later we could have political violence, and a normal insurance policy does not cover political violence. You have to go to a special market to buy that political violence cover. As Icon, we're able to, and we have already bought that political violence cover for all our properties as I speak to you.
Interesting. So have you had investors who actually experienced risks like those, fire, lightning, among others, on the infrastructure?
Yes, I mean, fires happen now and again. You must have heard about the fire in the Nickel House 4 or 5 years ago. The Nickel House you see now in Higher Serasi Road is a new building that was built by insurance funds. The building that was there was totally burnt by fire. Because it was insured, when the insurance company paid, a new structure was put there. That's the building that you see on the Higher Serasi Road now. It's built from insurance funds.
So Malawi is actually working tirelessly to fulfill Vision 2063. And this vision is anchored by industrialization, urbanization, among others, right? When it comes to industrialization, do you think we'll actually fulfill it come 2063? Malawi will be at a better state whereby when we look at the industry, it's more advanced compared to now.
The Vision 2063 is a very good document. It's a very progressive document. The issue we have as Malawians is whether we are going to achieve that vision in 2063. And we all have parts to play as industry players if we are all going to achieve that vision. If you remember, we used to have the Vision 2020.
2020, yes.
Did we as Malawians assess what we set out to achieve in that vision and what it is that we actually achieved? So we should draw lessons from how we handled Vision 2020 and make sure that Vision 2063 does not suffer similar consequences. It's a very, very good document, a document that we all come together as Malawians and achieve it, our nation will be a changed nation in 2063. Icon, we have a part to play. We have a part to play, obviously. We do have a land bank in Lilongwe, Kanengo, fit for industrial development. We are looking at that particular land bank to see what we can do there as part of our contribution to Vision 2063.
All right, so Mwagamba was a land bank, right? Kodi land bank njani?
Okay, mwina nakafurokoza bwino land bank ndi malo amene tinagula palibe kali konse pakadali pano, ndi malo amene tikuwaganizira kuti tipangepo chani makamaka because ali ku industrial area tikuyenera kupangapo zinthu zokhuzana ndi industrial development. So ndi malo idle for now, tili nawo mapulani kusogolo kuti tizapangapo chinthu chotukula dziko lathu.
Alright. Ndiye ma land bank iwa muli nawo kuti ndi kuti kweni.
Pakadali pano land bank imene nayo ndi imene ya Kanengo ku Lilongwe.
Mukuganiziraso zoti mutokhala nayo ma district ena ngati Blantyre.
Timayang'ana uku nduko tikaona malo kuti akugwirizana ndi strategy yathu tikhoza kugula malo pena paliponse malingana chinthu chimaitike pamene pocho chipereke phindu kwa Icon to my shareholders athu.
Alright. So when it comes to Icon Properties now, what are your visions for the entity?
The vision for Icon Properties Limited is to be the leading property development and property management company in Malawi. We are already on that path. We are already on that path. And soon, Icon will be the place to go for anybody that wants to develop a property or to have a property managed. We are already on that path on a serious basis.
Having reached this far, where do you see Malawi when it comes to real estate? in the next 5 to 10, 20 years?
Okay, not an easy question. I think Malawi is on a development path. If you build in our 2063 vision, but we need to be focused on what we want to do, perhaps on an annual basis. What do we want to do this year, next year, in 5 years, in 10 years? Personally, what I think we should do that will spur property development is to look at our road infrastructures. Look at the M1, look at the M5, and look at the other major roads. They're in bad state. Normally we say road infrastructures bring development. People put buildings, houses, businesses where there are good roads. So for me, as a country, we need to look seriously at our road infrastructure. Once we get that right, other infrastructures like buildings, factories, housing estates will follow those roads. So first, let's do up our roads to the levels that we want them to be. All these other types of infrastructures will follow those roads.
Interesting. So let's say your family member comes to you with 1 billion Malawi kwacha and seeks advice from you as to whether he or she would like to invest in real estate or not. What advice would you give him or her?
Okay. If I had a child living under my roof and he or she has 1 billion kwacha, and the question is, how would I advise the child? Okay, fine. For me, the fastest investment that would grow that money is the stock market.
Stock markets.
So my advice would be, go on the stock market, pick 3 counters. I can even help them pick those 3 counters and invest there and wait for 5 years. After 5 years, that child should be able to build a house to start with. So I wouldn't say go build a house with 1 million now. He or she won't manage. 1 billion will not go far. But if you put it on the stock markets, in my thinking, give it 5 to 10 years, that child will be able to build a house. Once he builds a house, then he can start to look at other investments. Well, the house preserves value. If he or she rents it out, will get rentals. I know the value of the house doesn't increase as fast as how shares grow, but it preserves value, as I say. So once he builds a house, then he can start to spread out to other investments. Some risky, some not risky. But for me, if that child wants to multiply money quickly, stock market.
All right, so what if this child is 30 years old and is still staying in your house, right? Are you telling me that this person has to wait for another 5 years to build that house?
If he or she is 30, then he or she is starting late. So he's already missed some years. Where was he between 25 and 30, for example? So he's lost 5 years. But you can start at any time. In fact, a child who is 30, what is he doing in my house? He should have transformed into something else. But yes, you can start investing at any age. Some start late and do well. Some don't start at all and they regret. What is important is start as early as you can, and then you'll see the benefits.
All right.
People now retire at age 55. Companies are saying, go away. So if you start at 30, 25 years will get you to 55. You must ask your question, what will I have done in these 25 years to make myself live the same level of life that I was living when I was at work? And you shouldn't say, no, I'll be getting a pension. A pension is about 20% of your last salary at work. So you must imagine that you are getting 100,000 at work. You retire, you're now getting 20. How will you bridge the gap between the 20 and the 100,000? That's why you see many people that retire without preparation, go out to suffer, go out to be burdens on their children, go out to die because of frustration and other things like those. So do not rely on pension. Pension is part, just part. You must rely on whatever else you're doing over and above your job whilst you're at work. So I advise people, I say, as you work, always have a second source of income. Don't just say, I'm being paid 500,000, I'm a happy man. Because I drive a car, then I'm good. You're not. What other things do you do to add up to that salary? Those are the things that will sustain you as you retire from employment.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric Chapula.
My pleasure. It was nice speaking to you this morning.
Same here. And I hope that the viewers out there have really learned a lot about Icon Properties. And if they were looking for an entity to invest in, then they'll literally come to you and buy shares, among others. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.